That sure was a doozy of a gospel, wasn't it? Would anybody else like to try to preach on that today? Well, as I shook hands this morning, I noticed you all have your hands intact, so you must not have stolen anything or shoplifted this week. I look around and I see you all have your eyes, so you must not have looked at anything bad this week. And you all have your lips, so you haven't gossiped this week. Mine are still intact too. You know, thank God we don't take the Bible literally, right? I feel sorry for those Christians who take it literally. They have to face that gospel that says, pluck out your eye if it's the case of a sinner, cut off your hand. I think they skipped that passage. You know, thank God. Jesus does not want us to maim ourselves or to harm us in any way. What he's trying to tell us is that we should do everything we can to get rid of evil in our lives and to be good people. And he says that evil really starts deep in our hearts and our minds. And that's where the Lord and his grace wants to heal that, because it comes out in our actions. That's what he's talking about, is to heal that inner self so that we can be good and loving people in his image and likeness. Now, Lent starts, I think, in 10 days, doesn't it? It is not my favorite season of the year, although I probably need to do a little more fasting, you know. I know I do. I'm going to join Bob's gym tomorrow. I can't swear, but I promise. I really am. I need it. God knows I need it. Now, Lent is not my favorite season of the year. I think it started when I went to school at St. Joe, and after lunch at the recess during the year, they always sold candy for a penny apiece. You know, inflation has hit it now. But during Lent, they would sell these long pretzels, which I didn't care for. And that's where my dislike of Lent really started. Not really. It really is hard work when we think about it. As children, we gave up all the candy we could, our Cokes. People gave up cigarettes and beer. I hope they didn't drink it on Easter Sunday, all of it, because after Easter Sunday came, they always say the Sundays were always free, so you didn't have to give it up then. But on Easter Sunday, I hope they didn't drink all those beers and smoke those cigarettes all at one time, That's not the purpose of Lent. God may want us to give up more than chocolate cake, people, you know, or chocolate candy. He wants, again, to heal our interior selves. And the purpose of Lent is really to practice a new way of something that we do for 6 weeks. If we do it for 6 weeks, we can do it for 12, and then 24, and then 48, and then 96, if my math is right, so that it becomes really a part of our life. You know, and as I said, it may be more than giving up candy or beer or soft drinks. I'd like all of us to ask a question, myself included, for the next 10 days. And if you don't want to ask it, it's okay, because if you ask the question, expect an answer. One thing before I give you the question is, it's easy to see everybody else's faults and failings, right? It's hard to see my own. Are you the same way? Unless you're married, then your spouse would probably tell you, right? I don't have a spouse. I just live with a dog, and she doesn't say very much. But, you know, our spouse will tell us where we need to change. But anyway, the question I'd like for us to ask before Lent starts is, Lord, where do you want me to change? It may be giving up a grudge. It may be more respectful towards people. It may be no longer cursing. If you're a teenager or a young child, it may not be snapping at your parents, Whatever it is, ask the Lord what it is that he wants us to do. Be prepared for an answer. If you don't want to ask the question, don't do it. But the purpose of that then is to do it during Lent and then to continue it on so that we rise a little more with Jesus at Easter. Because see, resurrection happens today in us when we die to those things and rise.